things must come to an end, and we are just 2 matches away from talking about the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in the past. Welcome to our preview of the third place match between the Cote losers final between DR Congo and, of course, South Africa. My name is Asha Lolufemi. It's been a very interesting experience, interesting journey, all about this tournament. Kado Mundari and James Agberebi, they are here and they've been here, and we'll be looking at this match together. Guys, once again, you are welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, Femi. Good morning to our viewers all over the world. It's been a very, very interesting ride. It's so surreal thinking that we have just 2 games left. When we started, it was like the competition was not going to finish. Now we are seeing the finishing line already. Thank you.
James?
Yeah, Femi. Yeah, it's a pleasure. I've finally gotten to the terminal point. almost a month ride. So let's do this. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, so our fans across the world, you've been fantastic. You've been wonderful. Your company has kept us at this time. So we appreciate you so much. We do not take that lightly, like we always say. Okay, let's get into it. South Africa versus DR Congo losers final taking place much later today in Abidjan. Kayode, these two teams, of course, we saw how the semi-final matches panned out for them. DR Congo losing 1-0 to Ivory Coast, the host. Then South Africa had to drag the Super Eagles of Nigeria into penalties, and it became a game of love. What do you see happening in this game? The last time South Africa won any medals was in 2000 when they won bronze in Nigeria. The tournament hosted by Nigeria and Ghana. So about 20-something years, that's about 24 years after at least they are staring at winning at least an AFCON medal. But for DR Congo, 42 years since the last won it, or since the last picked up a medal. So at least there is something at stake for both teams here.
Femi, this game is not called a losers final for nothing. It's a game nobody wants to play. As a matter of fact, I think it's time CAF follow the UEFA line of scrapping the third place. Seriously, because it takes extra energy to find the psychological boost after the disappointment of the semi-finals to come play it. I remember the late Stephen Keshi saying nobody wants to play the third place game. You understand? So, but hey, it is what it is. At all, I'm bad. A bronze medal is better than a no medal. So either of the two teams would like be satisfied, would be contented going home with the bronze medal rather than, at least at the beginning of this competition, none of them thought they were going to be in the final four. And it's a game that, like I said, I do not expect much from this game because it's a disappointing one for both teams. They have to find strength, they have to find energy to come up and play this game. But we hope to see, like we have seen all through this competition, Femi, we hope to see some twist and turn in this game.
Okay, James, neither of these two teams would ever think that they will get to this stage at the start of the competition because literally nobody gave them chance because you actually favored the likes of Nigeria, Senegal, Morocco, Tunisia, Ivory Coast to here, but still be here. Now, this is an opportunity for these two teams to finish, at least to have something around your neck, at least post a photograph and say, yeah, we actually went to the AFCON and we came back with something. Which of these teams do you think will want it better? Is it going to be DR Congo for their the brave character that they've shown, particularly throughout the competition? We saw how they took out Guinea, who were favorites in the quarterfinals, or South Africa, that most of us didn't give them chance because it was going to be the usual disappointing turnout for South Africa. Which of these teams do you think would want it more, even though it's a match no one wants to play?
Well, for the records, the DRC, they won the third place match twice, 1998 and 2015. So they will be gunning for their third if they win this. I think the DRC really want to get something out of this game because honestly speaking, nobody gave them a chance of getting to this stage. When we did all our predictions, we didn't really give them a chance that they would come this far, and they did. And what a way to end the competition. For me, if they get it, it's going to be on a high for them. The South Africans, the manner in which they lost to the Super Eagles, it was a very painful one. They almost won it at the death, and I don't know. Some of their players, they're now, it's as if they are asking the coach to leave out some Sundowns players. They make a huge bulk of the team. The Sundowns players. And so I feel if there's any team that's going to take it more serious, I think it's going to be the DRC. The South Africans, for me, they look deflated. The psychological, mental battle they had with the Super Eagles. Everything that went into that game was beyond football. So there are so many things at stake, and unfortunately for them, they couldn't get it. So we've seen exciting third place matches in the past. Femi, if you agree with me, I remember in 1998, and the third place match between Burkina Faso and DRC. I said the DRC came from 4-1 down to level up 4-4, and I went on to win on penalties. In the last edition, Burkina Faso also, when they were involved in the third place match, they were leading to Cameroon 3-0. The Cameroonians came, but it was a very tough encounter. So we've seen exciting games. Though, just like what Kayode said, nobody really loved to play this third place match. But when you go into the teams who still want to take something out of the competition, the Super Eagles have the highest number of third place medals. So if they don't really take it as something that is important, we won't have such. I think we have like 8. So we'll just look forward to an exciting game, and hopefully to live up to what this competition has come to be known, that it's one competition that is so unpredictable. Every game comes with its own drama and everything. So let's just hope that, though it's a game that these guys would have hoped that they qualify for the final, but they still have one more game to go, and at least they can take something out of this competition. But I'm tipping the RC to really go out and really want to take something out of this competition.
All right. I think South Africa, they actually raised the bar in this competition. I think afterwards, after the tournament, when we come to review it, we'll talk about what South Africa did, about 7 or 8 Sundowns players in this team. I think that's remarkable, and it actually tells, or it's insightful about how African countries should look at developing their local league. I don't know if there will be any time that Nigeria will come to an AFCON with about 7 or 8 local league players. Let's look at head-to-head. Of course, South Africa, they have the edge. 5 times that they've met with DRC in the last 5 clashes. South Africa, they've won 3. As a matter of fact, they met in September 2023 in a friendly. South Africa won 1-0. But having that in mind, and with what James has said, with the fact that Hugo Bruce might be forced to drop a number of key players, do you still think that South Africa might still have the mental fortitude to win this one? Or, like James also said, that they must have been mentally battered by losing to Nigeria. Do you think that will work in the favor of the DRC in this game?
What I think is this, and this is me thinking aloud. I think South Africa saw themselves as realistic winners of the AFCON. So they would feel more disappointed not winning that semi-final more than the DR Congo, who I feel were just in for the ride. So whatever they get is what they're going to take. And for me, being at this stage, they're just going to let loose and play their normal game. It is the South Africans that will have this uphill task of bouncing back from the despair of losing in such a grueling fashion. One. Secondly, don't forget the fact that in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, South Africa were stretched into playing extra time and penalty. That could have a toll on them. It could have a toll on them not being at their best. Then this issue of mutiny of some players dictating that some people should be dropped and everything, that could also affect them. And I would not be surprised if the Congolese take this. It won't come as a surprise.
Okay, James, let's talk about pedigree in the AFCON. South Africa, they are participating for the 11th time. DRC, they've been regular customers 19th time. Is it going to play some advantage here for the Congolese? Like you said, they've won third place, a couple of times. So it seems they have the history of winning this after disappointment from semi-finals.
Well, Femi, one thing I've come to learn about this competition is just allow the game to play out. Any prediction, any permutation, any whatever, it doesn't count. So just allow the two teams to get on the pitch. Whatever you get, you get. We've seen how head to head, how FIFA ranking, how all those things, how all those things have been thrown out the window. It doesn't count. This is one thing this competition has taught us, that it's business on the pitch, not what the maybe records or whatever. It has nothing to do. We've seen shocks in this competition. So whether could and DRC have been this is their 19th edition. They won it. They won the bronze twice. South Africa, I think they won it just once. All those things, that's if the South Africa will say is the one that will come with their A game, because they look deflated. So it's until you play, until the game is over, that's when you can say, okay. You can't say whether one team is coming with social record. All this record thing doesn't work as far as this competition is concerned. So for me, I'll just keep my fingers crossed. It's an open game. Any of them can pick. I won't say because this team has been appearing at the AFCON a number of times, or this team has won more bronze, or this team has the edge over the other team. It's until they get to the pitch, that's when we will know what the outcome is. As for now, I think it's an open game for the two teams.
Okay, Kyle, as we wrap up now, we've seen every game in this tournament has been extraordinary. But with all the circumstances surrounding this losers final, do you think it could be maybe the not so interesting match that we've seen in the competition so far?
I don't think so, Femi. I think this AFCON is fated to be one of drama till the very last day. It's an AFCON that if you blink your eyes, you might miss a lot of drama. So I think there's still room for a little bit of drama in this game and even in the final. Nothing is settled yet. Nothing is sorted. I am keeping my mind open about this game, but like I said, I would not be surprised if the Congolese should go ahead and take this.
Okay, James. Finally, pundits have said South Africa will likely win it because of the grit, the unexpected turnout they put together against Nigeria compared to DR Congo, who, according to some, made it quite easy for Ivory Coast in the semi-final. So, though you've been trying to escape from prediction, but with what we've seen in the two semi-finals, do you think the South Africans might just be able to nick it?
Well, it depends on how they've recovered from the semi-final heartbreak. Before you now have to come back again and like starting all over again. I mean,
Most of
it
the
takes
players
some.
put it behind them. Most of the players said they put it behind them, so they are focused on the third place match.
Let us hope so. Another thing there is if the coach will want to still feel the same set of players. Because since it's third place game, why not? Maybe you might want to give some players a run out and maybe change the goalkeeper. Change a couple of outfield players. Those who have not had a taste of the competition. And like I said, some of the players, the team is made up mostly of Sundowns players, and they will have league games, and then you want the guys to be so that injury will not set in because they look fatigued. When fatigue sets in, and it's easy to sustain injury. So you might want to leave out some of the key guys. So maybe that was to play into the hands of DRC, because DRC, like I said, they came into this competition. They just had the running. They were just enjoying the ride. They didn't win any of their group games, but when it got to the knockout, they were just going and going. And until they came on spot against Cote d'Ivoire. So for prediction, I think I will go DRC, maybe 2-1.
Okay. Of course, South Africa's Danny Jordan has encouraged the Bafana to go out and, just cap the performance with the victory against DRC. I remember the particular place he said that Nigeria will be coming to South Africa in June. So for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, so he said they should keep their anger until then when they exact it on Nigeria. So they discharged them to go all out for the win in this game. So, like we've said, of course, the team that wants it more will be the medalist winners at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. It's fantastic. It's been awesome. It's been unbelievable. It's been incredible. You can use all the adjectives in the world to describe how this tournament has actually turned out to be. Of course, we will be returning with a preview of the final of the 34th edition of the AFCON between Nigeria and Ivory Coast. Of course, we'll be looking at everything that you need to know, the build-up, news coming from the camp of both teams as we look to press the tape regarding this tournament. Thank you for your thoughts on the show today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Femi. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, Femi. See you tomorrow.
All right, so fans across the world, we'll catch you all when we return with a preview of that final. I remain Ashale Femi. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.